So how does a company go from making graphics cards for gamers to, well, becoming the engine of the entire AI revolution? I can tell you, it's not luck, it's a strategy. It's a deliberate blueprint for literally inventing the future. Today, we're diving into that exact blueprint, drawing from the book, The Nvidia Way, to uncover the 8 laws that built this absolute tech giant.
And this quote right here is the key to understanding Nvidia. Their story isn't some simple straight line going up. No, it's a series of massive bet the company gambles on a future that, for a very long time, only its founder and CEO, Jensen Huang, seemed to see. It's a high-stakes journey of pure conviction against really all the odds.
All right, so here's our game plan for this explainer. We're going to explore the 3 foundational pillars of NVIDIA's success: their audacious vision, their incredible execution engine, and their resilient mindset. And then we're going to turn the spotlight on you with some tough questions pulled directly from these strategies.
Let's kick things off with the first pillar, the audacious vision. Now, this isn't about competing better. It's about making the competition completely irrelevant. This whole pillar is built on the first 2 foundational laws from the book, creating markets out of thin air and having the sheer conviction to see it through.
This brings us to law number 1, the $0 billion market strategy. You know, this goes against everything they teach you in business school. Instead of finding a market to fill a need, NVIDIA's whole strategy was to build technology for markets that didn't even exist yet. Markets that were worth, and I mean this literally, 0.
The perfect example? CUDA, the CUDA software platform. NVIDIA poured a ridiculous amount of resources into it. What it did, essentially, was unlock the massive parallel processing power of their gaming chips for any kind of complex calculation, not just graphics. The problem? Well, back in the mid-2000s, nobody was asking for this. It was a huge financial drain, and pretty much everyone inside and outside the company was questioning it.
And that leads directly to law number 2, leadership as a singular, uncompromising vision. You just can't make these huge, multi-decade bets by committee. It's impossible. The book makes it crystal clear that these high-risk moves were only possible because Jensen Huang, who is super involved in the technical details, provided a single, unwavering true north that guided the entire company through years and years of doubt.
Okay, so you've got a vision. That's great. But a vision is really just a dream without a powerful engine to make it real. In this second pillar, we're going to look at laws 3, 4, and 5, which show exactly how NVIDIA built these incredible advantages, these moats, to protect its future. And this right here, this is just brilliant. It illustrates law number 3, build platform moats. See, NVIDIA's genius wasn't just in making fast chips. It was in giving away its powerful CUDA software for free. This created a loyal army of developers who built an entire ecosystem on NVIDIA's platform, giving them a 20-year head start. It's a powerful feedback loop, right? More developers mean more software, which sells more GPUs, which then attracts even more developers. It just keeps reinforcing itself.
This leads us to law number 4, making the pivotal bet. This was truly NVIDIA's existential moment.
Instead of just making slightly better graphics chips for a gaming market that was kind of slowing down, Huang bet the entire company on redefining the very purpose of their core product. It was an astronomically expensive and super controversial decision, but man, did it perfectly position them for the AI revolution. Now for law number 5, timing is engineered, not accidental. You hear people talk about Nvidia's perfect timing for the AI boom, but it wasn't luck. They created it. For years, they were actively seeding the academic world with free hardware and free CUDA training. They built the tools and nurtured the very community of researchers who would one day become their biggest market. It's like they built the entire stage long before the show was even scheduled to begin.
A vision and an engine are great, but you also need a culture that can handle the pressure. Pillar 3 is all about the mindset you need to survive massive risks. Here, we'll cover laws 6 and 7, which really define the company's character.
This brings us to law number 6, intelligent failure. Nvidia's journey was filled with these near-fatal setbacks, like its failed push into mobile chips. But instead of just burying these failures, they used them as strategic tools. That mobile failure, it taught them a crucial lesson. Only play in markets where you can build and control the full tech stack. It sharpened their focus, and honestly, it made them stronger.
And this is only possible because of law number 7, culture as a strategic weapon. From everything you read, Nvidia's culture is intense, it's demanding, and it is brutally honest. It's the kind of environment that attracts elite engineers who want to solve the absolute hardest problems. A culture that was focused on comfort would have killed their biggest bets before they ever had a chance to pay off. Simple as that. So, how does a company with this kind of winning formula stay ahead? What do? Well, they use their current dominance not just to rake in profits, but to fund the invention of the next seemingly imaginary market, which brings us to our final law.
And here it is, law number 8, the next bet. Nvidia is moving from selling chips to selling what they call digital reality. Through its Omniverse platform, the goal is to create the foundation for simulating reality. We're talking factories, cars, even entire cities before a single physical object is ever built. It's another massive bet on a market that, for right now, is essentially zero. Okay, so we've unpacked the blueprint, we've seen the laws. But how can any of this be applied in the real world? It's time to put on our strategist hats.
You know, whether you're leading a team, building a startup, or just shaping your own career, these principles bring up some incredibly tough questions. So let's just put them on the table. I want you to really think about these. When it comes to that $0 billion market, what is the biggest risk for a company trying to copy that build it and they will come strategy? Or what about the pivotal bet? How does a leadership team ever know the difference between a visionary pivot and just a costly distraction, especially when their main business is still making money? And this one's tough. How do you build a culture that learns from almost fatal failures without becoming too scared to take the next big risk? Ultimately, the Nvidia way, it all boils down to this one choice. It's a testament to the power of inventing the future. But that path, it requires immense risk, unwavering belief, and incredible patience.
The alternative is to compete in the present. It's safer, it's more predictable, but maybe, just maybe, it's less impactful. So the question we'll leave you with is this: which path will you choose?
Join Beyond Norm Knowledge Workshop to master English and stay ahead in your career.